You just don't understand the connection that we have with the colored people. In other words, we work with them and they work with us. And we're not going to take him and push him off somewhere just because we could do it.
You tell these people that's what I've been telling them right here. Had we been your friends for years?
Yes, sir. Sure.
Had we worked more of them than anybody in this country?
Yes, sir. Sure have.
Right.
You got hungry, we give you something to eat, don't we, Bill?
Yes, sir.
And his name is Billy
Billy Weatherly, that's right.
No relation now, but these are Weatherly, right?
How about him, Bill?
Yes, sir.
Try that name, Isupk.
I think that name came down through
Try that
slavery
name,
time.
Isupk.
Yes, sir.
Billy Weatherly.
Yes,
I think
sir.
everybody loves to have a little that Weatherly.
Yes, sir.
How many people
Bill,
you believe it is here in Pine Hill tonight at 12 o'clock you could go ask them for help, they wouldn't help you.
I am, but
Bill, if you got in trouble, who'd you go to, the white or the black? Tell the truth now.
That's the best word you had, Bill, because put them on the spot because there ain't no color folk in. You don't want to be embarrassed right by yourself. But is there anybody here that wouldn't help you, Billy?
No.
We have always got along fine with the niggers. We never mistreated them. And there's no complaints. And they are all happy.
Right, all colored. Can get ahead if you're willing to pay the price.
Yes, sir.
The price is willing to do out a lot of things you think you got to have and work like the dickens.
How long you been working with PG?
Let me see. I don't know exactly, but it's been mind you 20 years, I mean.
Good folks, ain't it, Bill?
Yes.
Stayed sick a long time. They put you on a job that you could stay on, didn't
Yes, sir.
Stamp and a cigarette.
Yes.
Did I treat you and your dad and your brother at all when you lived with me over there? Did I treat you right?
Yes, sir.
I went more than halfway with you, didn't I?
Sure did. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think I did, too.
Yes, sir.
Shalom Yahweh. Shalom Yahweh. Shem Yahweh Shabaraka. Thumb to the brothers. Shalom Shamal. Thumb by Shem Yahweh Shah to the sisters. It is the Isupk. It's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge out of Harlem, New York since 1969. Tonight's class is the Brotherhood class. All right. So look, it's going to be Brotherhood. So look, get your pen, your pad, your precept book out. If you got any questions, put them in the chat. We'll get right to them. If you got any questions in the room, let me know your questions and we'll get right at it. We'll be right back. So like I said, get your pen, your pad, your precept book, and let's get busy.
Let's get it. Don't be sure, tell them make sure. If not, we gon' make war. Clips say it hold 20, but I think it could take more. Grab a stick, fire on your camp, we gon' make s'mores. I ain't satisfied with my spot, then I'ma take yours. No matter how many roadblocks in my way, I'ma break forward. This path I'm on is so damn narrow, I just stay forward. Put them on my plate, I'm never full, I just ate more. Put them on my plate, I'm never full, give me 8 more. Nigga, I don't sugarcoat shit, bitch, I'm straightforward. Don't give a fuck if they don't let me in, I just break doors. Ballin' so hard, they asking what team that I play for. Scammer who? They ain't stopped making guns when they made yours. Sick with it, feeling like I woke up with stage 4. They ain't want the beast loose, what they opened up the cage for. Endure the pain, been through hard times is what I'm made for. Paid my dues, never left a wage, I just rage war. So many chains and gold teeth, it's the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world, got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
Still against all enemies. In high school, you was the man that's lost memory shit. Lost energy, never lost my energy. Never lose control, never losing, dog, I plan to keep. You lose your mind where I'm from, I ain't talking from what you see. I never lost soul, losing times, wasting steady pacing. You off track, I'm on that. You pray to God, hoping he can save you. But there's power about war, and that's a different angle. This another lost cause, and I'm just adding to the list. They not seeing me for that reason, got a flash on the grip. Nigga, big priest, they gon' judge me by my increase. And I'ma keep stepping in these joys to the increase. Just got off the phone with Jacob, and he said it's time to shine. Certified, blue dot, put it on you, now you verified. One West world, bigger than World War III. Do not sleep, it's not cheap, and it's still top 3.
So many chains and gold teeth, it's the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world, got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
Came on boats and then chains, so when I get rich, I'ma grab a boat and 10 chains with 12 ribs from each tribe. And each rib gonna have at least 3 kids. Yeah, I'ma have the deep squad. Been rapping since knee high, now a nigga shack size. Spit that holy fire, when you hear it, you get baptized. One West world, yeah, you niggas know the logo. And I'ma bust it down so the haters see the glow glow. Let's have a feast, let's shine on our enemies. Right in they face, let's blind all our enemies. Cause now we half, but we come from half not. Throw that cash on the ground, my nigga, let's cast lots. I started from the bottom, birthed out of mud, raised by gangsters, turned out a thug. I ain't give a fuck, burnt out I was, from hitting licks in and out and selling nicks in the drop.
So many chains and gold teeth, it's the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world, got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
One Westworld.
Weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You converted, this is not for you. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You converted, this is not for you. Handle lights and teddy bears, I'm trying to leave your block romantic. Flicking off the hip, I lead a scene looking like I'm dancing. Ain't one Westworld, best believe we not gon' stamp it. Titties on a drum, the stick figure looking outstanding. Rip his top with the hands of the Lord, call that God tears. Send a spear right to the sky and watch his frontier. I'm that nigga cause I run with them niggas, so let's get that clear. Don't question who say I'm the GOAT, I tell them God did. In order to be the best, you gotta beat the best. To me that's suicide, of course I sound cocky to a glizzy eater, fuck your pride. Don't need a horoscope to see I'm a star, so fuck your sign. You can believe in anything you want, but as for me and mine, God mode, I am what I am, so let's just keep in mind. Don't wanna be like yeah, Kyrie, they wanna be like I. She said she lost until she found me, and then she found a tribe, and then I make a bout face until she called me out of wine. The weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You converted, this is not for you. Leave an imprint of my legacy with a spot for you. No way you can endure to the end if you not loyal. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You converted, this is not for you. Leave an imprint of my legacy with a spot for you. No way you can endure to the end if you not loyal. All time, no questions asked, we come and find you. His problems, my problems, and I'm standing behind you. Stepping with style, I'm standing on shit of my product. I take on the crowd, tell them all, throw in the towel. Half moon with a silencer, make it sound like a howl. We the shit, we about movements with a growl. Heavy is the head with the crown, when I take it I'm proud. I get the order, bring my sword back wet with a smile, nigga. I'm an Israelite rapper, nigga. Would never hit his wife, but I'll go at you. I make commitments to a gun if I'm talking about a tantrums. Nigga said he a stand-up dude, that mean we laughing, nigga. Jumped on the beat, start snapping, you leaving fractures. Red and green bean, I'm Gucci, you thinking fashion. Dad go shoot for the green, and I ain't talking St. Patrick. You screaming all lives, I'm screaming all guns matter. Keep it biblical, talking in parables, cause it matter. If I say bring Jake up, I'm talking about a ladder. He was the wave till I came with the fire, no John the Baptist. Who cared you did it first? You should be worried about who after. I'm connected in any habitat, shit I adapted. Nose job on a brand new snub is all plastic. That's why I show up the court with jeans on, I'm never slacking. You a rapper turned Israelite, I'm an Israelite rapping. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You converted, this is not for you. Leave an imprint of my legacy with a spot for you. No way you can endure to the end if you not loyal. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You converted, this is not for you. Leave an imprint of my legacy with a spot for you. No way you can endure to the end if you not loyal. All time, no questions asked, we come and find you. His problem's my problem. Stepping with style, I'm sleeping on shit on my product. I take my pride, tell them all, throw in the time. Throw in the time.
Hey, I'm just following orders. Let me get one of those slow motion pictures, bro. One of the slow motion pictures.
You gotta shoot at 60 frames per second.
Come on,
They say they wanna hit that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it cost shit. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on shopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit. They see me, they like, ooh, keep on shopping. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army, going up like a rocket, and can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. Shorty like that, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Ooh, keep on sobbing, got this bitch off the hand, got the juice, got the drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, it's assault. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it cost shit. One way, one way, one way, one way, one way. Coming up on my new I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settling? See, you locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's One West. You can check the residency. I reside with soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause it's death before designer. Ain't no coward in me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling a week. Get the cooking on this beat. Hope you like it well done. Got them killers rolling with me and they all red rum, red rum, red rum. Got you fucking scared some. Get the banging on this beat till my fucking head numb. Black Glock, red drum, black and yellow air ones. Homie, you ain't got a vest. I suggest you wear one.
Told these niggas we was going up. They was doing a lot of talking. Now these niggas ain't saying shit.
Feeling like a legend in this shit. Lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third. Lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all stepping. Kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5 but you doing life. These hands are rude GPS. A mean right. That's mean right. We build different, you know the vibes. And we something authentic, we notarized. I keep a 144 because I know a kind. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowing by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoke until we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym.
They say they wanna hit that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it cost shit. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on shopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna
All right. We in the building. It is the ISUPK. That's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge out of Harlem, New York since 1969 under Commander General Yohana. And we've been called to teach the so-called Black, so-called Hispanic, and so-called Native Americans that we are the lost sheep of the house of Israel. The reason why we say so-called, because we got visitors in the room, right? The reason why we say so-called is because we really have a nationality. We really are the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That's who we are. And that's who Christ came for. Give me that, Matthew 15:24. That's who Christ came for. And he's very clear and very specific about who he came for. All right. Tonight's class is the Brotherhood class. All right. The Brotherhood class is very vital to our movement. It's very vital to why we are here and what we are doing under Commander General Yohana in the ISUPK. Brotherhood is our number one weapon. And without brotherhood, we fail. We fail. We can't survive without brotherhood. And that's what Yahushua, which is known to the world as Jesus Christ, that's what he taught. He came to bring back that brotherhood. All right. And brotherhood, what we mean by brotherhood is forgiveness. We don't know how to forgive one another. A brother step on your shoe, or a brother say something wrong, or a brother do this, or a brother do that. You want to kill the brother. You know what I'm saying? You want to bring harm to the brother. But if you really knew that that was your brother, we could save some lives. If we begin to understand that that brother that you don't like, that brother down the street, that brother next door, that brother in your school, that is your real brother. Listen, your ancestors was on the slave ship right along with his ancestors. Right. They was chained up together. Right. It wasn't no separation in that chain. They was chained together. And now you don't understand that because the oppressor, which is the colonizers, has taught you something different. He has taught you that he is your brother. He's your friend. He's your comrade. He's the one that you should trust and not your brother. And that's what we teach. That is our goal. That is our purpose. Brotherhood. Just think about it. Together we stand. Divided we what? Fall. We fall. Coming together is vital. Give me that out. You got it? Let's get it.
Did you want the Matthew 15:24?
Matthew 15:24.
The book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 24.
Yo, this is what Christ came for. He's going to be very specific about why he's here and who he came for. Read.
But he answered and said, I am not sent.
I am not sent. That means he was sent. That means he's not God. He's the Son of God. And he was what?
But unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
He was sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And if anybody on this earth is lost, you're looking at them. We are the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And we are so-called Black, so-called Hispanic, so-called Native American. If you look over here, you can see the 12 tribes right there. We have 12 tribes that we come from. Everybody in Africa is not the same people. Right. I deal with these people all the time, and they'll let you know I'm Igbo, I'm Yoruba, I'm Ghanaian, I'm Nigerian. They don't run around saying in a whole I'm African. That's something that was birthed on this earth by our colonizers. That's something that was given to us by our colonizers. All right. So like I said, tonight's class is Brotherhood class, and we're going to be talking about brotherhood. And I came across this video that's real interesting. Any questions? No, sir. You're Tawab? All right. All right. So I came across this right here, and I thought it was real interesting. Hold on for one sec. See if I can pull it up. Okay, here we go. Now, show y'all this video right here. Now, this is the brother Bernie Mac. And I know y'all done heard a lot that's going on with Bernie and Cat Williams and all this that's going on out here on social media with the Shay Shay show. That's a suspect name for a brother show, ain't it? The Shay Shay Show. But y'all heard of Bernie Mac. But Bernie Mac, I was listening and going through my timeline, and this came across, and I thought it was interesting right here. Check out what Mr. Mac got to say.
You know, and I was with a Mexican guy and a white guy. And I said, man, I want to go to heaven. He said, God, right down the road. I said, well, how far? I said, just a half a mile. He said, but your name ain't on the list, Bernie. You know your name ain't on the goddamn list. I said, well, wait a minute, man. I said, I'm going to try. He said, well, you got one more chance to make it. If you can go down there and you ask the Lord a question and he can't answer it, you might get into heaven. Now whisper something to the Lord. And he looked at me. And he looked up. He looked down. He said, Open the gate! I walked on in. The white guy said, that's bullshit, man. How the fuck did he get in there? That's bullshit. He said, hey, Father, what did the black guy ask you? He asked me, when was black people ever gonna stick together?
Dang.
Now that's a heavy statement, right? That's a heavy statement what he said. You peep what he said? He said that he wanted to get into heaven. And if you can ask God a question, the Most High God, a question that he can't answer, he'll let him in. And he said, when will black people stick together? Give me Matthew chapter 5 and verse 44. This is one of the main reasons why we don't stick together. This is one of the main reasons why we don't stick together, because the majority of us is Christians. And the number one thing that we were being taught on the plantation was Christianity, right? Hey, look, we can hear you. All right.
Salakia, sir. You said Matthew 5 and
Matthew 5:44. Salakia. Matthew 5 and 44. You got it? Let's get it.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 44.
This is what our King said. This is what Yahushua, which is known to the world as Jesus Christ. These are his words right here. Read.
But I say unto you, love your enemies.
Do what?
Love your enemies.
Come on.
Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you.
Do good to them that hate you. Go ahead.
And pray for them which despitefully use you.
Come on.
And persecute you.
Now, who is our enemy? That's the question. In this context, listen, in the Bible, everything has context. And here he says, but I say unto you, love your enemies. So the question that I ask, I got another one. Hold on. I got another one. So based on that statement and based on how Christians are taught to love your enemies, right? Got a question. Was this brother right or was this brother wrong? Salakia, hold on. Wait a minute. I gotta share it. It's not shared. Give me 1 sec. Now the question is this brother right here, is he right or is he wrong? Because Christians that say he was wrong. And that's real talk. Christians that say he was wrong. Listen to what he got to say.
Mayhaps I could have got away on beat for you catching me. You remember that. You remember that all day. You killed me. You remember that. You killed me. Because like you just proved what the Peckerwoods say. We're just beasts. Willing to do anything. Kill each other. No mind. No feeling. Shut up, nigger. Leastwise, I ain't gonna die like you gonna die. Like a slave. I ain't giving no lifetime of misery and sweat to this Peckerwood. I'd rather die than be a slave. You Peckerwood, that's right. You Peckerwoods was oppressed in your own land. We was free. And you brought us here in chains. But now we here, and you just better know. This is just as much our land as it is yours. And after you hang me, kiss my ass.
I love it. I had to pull that. Now, a Christian would say that man, he's supposed to love those men that was doing that to him. He's supposed to have forgave those men that was doing that to him. He's supposed to have loved them with all of his heart and with all of his mind, right? But that brother right there understood who his enemies was and is. Today, we don't understand who our enemies are. It's because in Christianity, Christians, I'll be right with you. Christians, we're taught this. Read that again in Matthew 5:44.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 44. But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you.
Now go to Luke 19 and 27. Go to Luke 19 and 27. So Christians teach that Jesus was saying you got to love your enemies, right? That's what they teach. And you hear it all the time. That's why that colonizer grandson, where's that down? South Carolina went inside the church and shot and killed nine people. None of our family. And he actually had to reload. He actually had to, I think his gun got jammed up. We had to reload and they didn't do nothing. They were just standing around praying. He reloaded and finished killing them. You know why? Because of Christianity. Christians teach that you're supposed to love those people, even when they're killing you, even when they're hanging you. Matthew 19 and 27, read.
Sir. The book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse, you said 27?
27.
Verse 27.
Now, this is what Yahushua had to say. Go ahead.
But those mine enemies.
So those that are his enemies, right? Go ahead.
Which would not that I should reign over them.
Which not allow him to reign over them. Go ahead.
Bring hither.
Bring what?
Bring hither.
Bring them here. Come on.
And slay them
and
before me.
And do what?
And slay them before me.
And slay them. So Jesus is saying to the enemies, slay them, bring them here. It's going to be a time when we're going to bring them here and slay them. But Christians is teaching that you got to love your enemy. That would be a contradiction, wouldn't it? If he said on one hand, love your enemy, and then on the other hand, he says he's going to slay those enemies, he's supposed to be teaching the same thing. We all know that God can't lie. And we know that Christ can't lie because he was a man that never sinned. What you got up?
No, nothing, sir. No, sir.
Now, I'm gonna show y'all how we've been deceived. I'm gonna show you how we've been deceived, right? Hold on for 1 second. Yeah, go ahead.
What was that verse that we just heard you just say just now? Matthew and what? I went to 19 and 20.
That was Luke 19 and 27.
Luke, I believe y'all said Matthew.
Matthew 5 and 44.
No, I'm saying I believe y'all just said Matthew 8.
Oh, Salaki. I'm not sure if I did or not.
But it's Luke
19 and 27. Hey, Mataziala, can you pull Daniel chapter 7 and verse 25 and put that up for me? Because I'm going to show y'all what has taken place. I'm going to show you what happened. All right. The enemy has many devices, but one of the devices that he used is times and laws. You know, we are taught by the Christian church that the law is no more. And Christ came and he fulfilled the law. And now we don't have to believe in the law. And now that's all we have to do is have faith in Christ. And you forget the law. So you forget everything that the Most High had to say. But I'm going to show you something in Daniel 7 and 25. What you got out?
In Luke 19:27, now that I'm just getting to it, because I heard Matthew.
Right.
I went back there, but now I'm here and I'm seeing what he's saying. Even though I heard you, I'm seeing what he's saying. When he says, which would not that I shall reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me.
Right.
That's not speaking of now times. That's
No.
speaking of when he comes
Right.
back and we're in rulership. Correct?
Exactly.
All right,
Exactly.
sir.
All right, you got that up? You got that? Daniel 9, and I mean Salakia, Daniel 7 and 25, Salakia.
Kind of one moment, sir.
This is what the oppressors was doing right here.
And you said Daniel.
Daniel 7 and 25.
Kind of one kind, sir. The book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 25.
Come on.
And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
Uh-huh.
And shall wear out the saints.
And shall wear out the saints. Come on.
Of the Most High. And think to change times and laws.
Make to think what?
To change times and laws.
To make you think. This is what we're at right now. We believe that times and laws has changed. Go ahead.
And they shall be given into his hand until a time. And times and the dividing of times.
So right now, we at the point right now where the law, we believe that the law has changed. And now we under a new law, right? Now, I want everybody that got a cell phone in here, right? Go and those that are listening online, right? Go and look up the 1828 Webster Dictionary. Look at the 1828 Webster Dictionary. I'm gonna show y'all how he got this precept right here that we just read earlier. Hold on, let me go back to it. I'm gonna show y'all how he tricked us with this right here. Matthew 5 and 44, when he says, "But I say unto you, love your enemies," right? I'm gonna show you how. I'm gonna show you how he bamboozled us on that. Mataz Yala, can you do me a favor? Can you go and pull that and bring that up on the screen? I want you to scribe that. Matthew 5 and 44. I want you to scribe that. You got it? No, I want you to scribe it because I want 43. I mean 43. I want 43 and 44. Matthew chapter 5, verse 43 and 44. You got a Webster, what is it, 1828 Webster Dictionary? You got it?
What did you want me to look up in there?
Hold on. Now remember, they got us thinking that times and laws has changed, right? So they come and they colonize us, and then what do? They give us laws, right? I want you to read verse 43. Who got that? Matthew 5 and 43.
One moment.
Let's get it.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 43.
Read.
Ye have heard that it hath been said, thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thine enemy.
All right. And then he went into verse 44. Now I want you to go to your 1828 Webster Dictionary, and I want you to look up, American. I want you to look up American.
I believe I have it.
You got it? Hold on. Let me pull him up. All right. You got him?
Sir.
Read that. Now, this is a law that they put in place. Now, what happened was the colonizers came here, right? And colonized us. And when they colonized us, they gave us new laws. And then generation passed and generation passed. And now the one that's next door to you, it is following this law right here. This law still stands. Go ahead.
This is the American Dictionary of the English Language, 1828. It says American, noun, a native of America, originally applied to the Aboriginals or copper color races.
Now that's very heavy. It says, or copper color races. It don't say nothing about a pale face. It don't say nothing of the such. It says, or copper color races, right? Go ahead.
It continues and says, copper color races found here by the Europeans, but now applied to
But
now applied to the descendants.
To the who?
Descendants.
Come on.
Of Europeans born in America.
So what they did was they came and colonized you, right? Took and robbed and stole, took everything. And then guess what they did after that? They had children. They had children. And when they had children, they moved where? Right next door to you. Right next door to you. And when they moved next door to you, now you're saying what? Love your enemy. Love your neighbor. That's why when you talk to them now and you say, love your neighbor, and their neighbor could be one of the descendants of the colonizers, they'll say, well, we got to love them. We got to love them. How did they do this? Let me explain this to y'all. When Yahushua gave that law, he was talking to those that was living in the region where he was at. And you know who lived next door to them in the region on where they was at? Their own people. Their own people lived next door to them. It wasn't Esau. Esau wasn't living next door to us when Christ gave that law. And that law came from the law. That law came from, let me get that for y'all. What's that? Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 17. I'll show y'all where he got that, where that law came from. He didn't do away with the law. He taught the law. We established the law. That's what we did. But guess what? They was teaching, the Christian church teach that the law is done away with and we don't have to follow the law. I'll show y'all where he got that law from. He got that law from, oh, you got him? The water.
Sir, and I can read that whenever you're ready.
I'm ready.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 17.
This is what he was quoting. This is what he was talking about. Come on.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him. Verse 18.
Come on.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
The children of thy people. That brother that you, listen, let me tell y'all something. You ask just really, I know y'all got, we all got some brothers that we know still out there in the street, still banging, right? Ask them, when they go buy a gun, do they think about shooting their own people or the other races? Like, what do you think when you got a gun in your hand? Think about it. When you had your hammer in your hand, do you think about shooting another race, or do you think about killing your own race? I've never met a brother that said, yeah, man, I got this hammer, man, because I'm gonna hit one of these other races. Whenever you got a gun in your hand, you thinking about killing your own people. What you got out?
That goes to me. I've been saying this all day, you know, because I've been talking about my friend here. You know, it's like my brother here, and I don't know if you remember, but my young boy, he got smoked by the police out here a couple years ago. Remember, I was speaking on that, my young boy Jules.
Right.
And it's like at the time when I was in the world, I was ready to move on any nigga I thought it was. Come to find out, it was the police that killed everything that I even wanted to do because I couldn't do nothing about that.
Right.
Come to find out now, if it had been a brother of the truth that I was ready to go smoke that did something to my young boy, you know what I'm saying? I was ready to move on that.
Right.
Now I come to find out it's a white policeman. Ain't nothing I could do about that. What's the point on that?
But let me ask you this question. Going back to what I just said.
When I was in the truth, though.
Right. When I wasn't in the truth. Right.
I mean,
let me ask you this question. Like, we've all had hammers in our hands before, right? You had a hammer in your hand before. Am I right when I say that we don't think about going at the other races? We buying that hammer for our own people.
You are truly all the way. I never thought of it that way until you just said that. You all the way right about that.
That's what we do. That's what, you know why? Because we've been conditioned. We've been conditioned by times and laws. by times and laws. We believe now that our neighbor, which is our brother on my right, and Esau, which is the colonizer on my left, you think they supposed to be equal. Listen, we're not saying hate Esau with a grudge, or let me just say this. We're not saying abhor Esau. We're saying, yes, Esau has committed crimes, and the Most High is going to hold him accountable for those crimes. That's what's going to take place. But it's our job right now is to gather ourselves together. Give me that. Give me that. We're going to get back to that Leviticus. Our job right now is to gather ourselves together. And the scriptures is very clear on it. That's Zephaniah, Salakia, chapter 2.
Go there?
Yeah, go there. Let the young man right here read it. It's time for us to come together. Brotherhood is our only weapon. Brotherhood is our only weapon. You know, I'm going to tell you something. During the time of Martin Luther King, when they did that boycott, right? They had strength in boycotting. But they boycotted and they used that power wrong. What they should have did was started their own bus company. You shouldn't have boycotted so that you can go and sit on their bus. You should have boycotted and say, you know what? We're going to get our own bus. We're going to get our own bus company. We can sit on the front, the back, or the middle. And guess what? We are going to be the ones that fix it. We're going to be the ones that rotate the tires. We're going to be the ones that service everything. But we don't do that. We have completely lost our way. And it all started on that plantation. The number one weapon they used on us was Christianity, being a Christian. I mean, it never dawned on you that you believe the same thing the slave master's children believe right now. You believe the same thing the slave master children, descendants believe. Those that became your neighbor. And now they'll read you this scripture and say, love your neighbor. And you'll say, oh yeah, I got to love my neighbor. You're not thinking about the laws that they put in place. And that's what we are here to do. We're here in the Isupk under Commander General Yohana to set the record straight, to wake up our brothers, our lost sheep of the house of Israel. You just lost right now. And it's our job to wake you up. You got that? Zephaniah chapter 2?
Khan, sir.
Let's get it.
I'm starting at 1, verse 1.
Come on.
Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
Stop. Gather yourselves together. Gather yourselves together. Come on.
Yeah. Gather together, O nation.
No, O nations.
O nation.
No, all people.
O nation.
No, all races.
O nation.
O nation. Is that singular or plural?
Singular.
That's
sir.
singular. Come on.
Not desired.
Not desired. If anybody on this planet not desired, it's definitely us.
Sir.
It's definitely us. We are the nation that is not desired. We is that nation that we should be gathering together. You're my neighbor that I'm supposed to love. You're my neighbor that I'm supposed to forgive. Give me that back. Leviticus 19. That's what we should be doing. That's what we should be at. Gathering ourselves together, old nation that is not desired. We're not desired even in our homes. Our parents, our wives. We're not desired. That desire goes far. That desire is just not come from the oppressor. We're taught by our own people not to desire us. I tell this story all the time. I was in a store. I was in Barnes and Noble, and I was looking at some books, and this woman came next to me. And, I could tell she was a church lady. She had a hat on and a dress on. It was on a Sunday. And I was looking at some books. and she saw what the books I was looking at, and she started asking me questions and talking to me, and I was answering her questions, you know, giving her some precepts, you know what I'm saying? Really having a real good conversation with this lady, right? And then I brought up the Apocrypha. I forget how I came up, but I brought up the Apocrypha. And when I brought up the Apocrypha, the lady said to me, she said, "Are you an Israelite?" I said, "Yeah." She completely walked away from me. She ain't say nothing else to me. Cut me straight off. "You an Israelite?" "Oh, okay, yeah." Cut me right off, just walked away. So that not desire goes far. That not desire is not just by the oppressor, it's by our own people. And I challenge y'all. I challenge you. You can pull that up. I challenge you. Ask anybody that buy a hammer, your own people. And look, at this real talk, you know, at my slavery, I've brought that question out before at my slavery, right? And I've asked Esau, and Esau said he don't think about doing his own people. So if he don't think about doing his own people, you know who he think about doing when he go purchase his gun. But when we go purchase a gun, legal or illegal, get our hands on a gun, I don't care who it is, we do not think about doing nobody but our own people. That's so heavy. Go ahead, what you got?
Salakia, sir, what you saying is so heavy because you hear all these rap songs that brothers say exactly what you're saying. To the point where I think it was 21 Savage that said his gun was racist because it only kills N-words.
That's crazy right there.
And the fact that these brothers that talk all these, gun lines never talked about anything concerning Dylan Roof. What's the other one's name? That killed Trayvon Martin.
I forget what is
Zimmerman?
George Zimmerman.
Right. They don't make those type of comments about that.
No.
But they'll talk about unaliving us.
Unaliving their own people.
So Salakia, that's all.
That's all we think about. We don't think about nothing else. But getting back to that precept, when Yahushua said about loving your neighbor and loving your enemy, this is what he was talking about. Go ahead. Read it, take it from the top.
Sir.
You at Leviticus 17? 19 and 17?
Oh, I thought we were still in Zephaniah, sir.
You got that? Let's get it.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
That's your brother. The one that you thinking about hitting, the one you thinking about getting that gun, that's your brother. Go ahead.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
Come on.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
The children of thy people. Come on.
But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Love your neighbor as thyself. Come on.
I am the Lord. Verse 19. Ye shall keep my statutes.
That's good. That's the why. That's the why. Now, the first time we hear about a brother against a brother is where?
Cain and Abel.
Cain and Abel. Cain and Abel. Right? Now, go to Genesis chapter 4. We're going to go to Genesis chapter 4. Shooting from the hip. Start at verse 6. You got it? Hold on. Let everybody get there. Everybody there? All right, go ahead. You got it.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 6. And the Lord said unto Cain, Why art thou wroth? Why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen?
So he tight. Cain tight right now. And the Most High sees it. And he says, why are you angry? He's like, why are you angry? You know what I'm saying? Why you got that look on your face, right? Go ahead.
Verse 7. If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted?
So if you do well, meaning if you do not do anything wrong, should you not be accepted? Go ahead.
And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door.
What lieth at the door?
Sin lieth at the door.
Sin lieth at the door. Now, question. The reason why I pulled that precept, because I'm going to ask this question. Did we have a law then?
I'm not sure how to answer that question, so I don't know truthfully.
All right. Well, what do the Christian church teach? Did we have law then?
Salaki, sir, they teach that we didn't have a law.
They teach that we didn't have a law, right? Does the Most High ever change?
No, sir.
Give me that Malachi. What's that? Malachi 3. Hold on. That's Malachi chapter 3 and verse 6.
Salaki, so I can read it whenever you want.
Give the brother a chance to get there.
Kind of walk up.
Okay. All right.
You got it?
Salakia, sir. Malachi, what would that be? Malachi
3 and 6.
Sir, I'm there.
Go ahead. Just to let you know, what we do is we pull precepts here. We don't ever just say something, we pull it. Go ahead.
The book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 6. For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
All right, so he changed not. Now give me Romans 5 and 13. Because like you said, it's when he read in Genesis 4 and 7, it says sin. So if it's saying sin, that means it had to be a law, just to prove that. Romans 5 and 13, you got it? Let's get it.
The book of Romans, chapter 5, verse 13. For until the law, sin was in the world, but in Salakia, but sin is not imputed when there is no law.
So if it's no law, then there is no sin. So the law was even back then. The law was present. The law was present. Abraham followed laws that was passed down from Adam. Adam had laws. So right then and there, that brotherhood was in effect. So, but why was Christ making that statement? Love thy enemies. Because the same issue and the same problem we have in today is the same issue and the same problem Cain had with Abel and Israel had with Judah. The same problem. It was nothing different. It's nothing new under the sun. We still doing the same thing. We're fighting one another. Israel was fighting each other. Look, in the Old Testament, right? We had the 12 tribes of Israel, right? Those 12 tribes was broken up into 2 kingdoms. This is what the Christian church don't put into effect. What they do is they just go read the New Testament, right? They just go read the New Testament and say, if I can read, I can understand it. And they apply how their presupposition to it. They apply what laws they've been born in and shaped in. Like saying anybody can be your neighbor. Anybody can't be your neighbor. Your neighbor, according to what Christ was speaking about, was an Israelite of thy own people, right? But in the Old Testament, it's something that we don't apply in the New. And what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how it should be applied to the New. All right, I got a question for you. Hold on. This right here. Let me pull this up real quick. Let me go up here. Let me go here. Y'all heard of hold on. Hold on. Y'all heard of the Constitution, right? Y'all heard of the Constitution, right? Everybody heard of that, right?
Yes, sir. Another one coming.
The Constitution makes a strong statement. I'm gonna ask this brother right here. I'm gonna ask you. Grab the mic. Hold on,
sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you. You ready?
Sir.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna read this statement to you. Read this statement. Hold on. It's set. Now, it says, hold on. I want to make sure everybody at home can see this. The Constitution says we held this truth to be self-evident that all men are created equal. Now, I'm just asking. Get a brother right there, the mic. It says all men. Now, come on, that's what it says. It says all men are created equal. I'm just going to ask this question.
And that's false.
Why is that false?
Because at the end of the day, we come from Israel, and we're separate from what they believe. You know.
But why will it be not true in this document?
I can't answer that.
Go ahead.
Because they believe that they rule over us already. So that's like a mockery to us, telling us that we're equal to them when y'all are giving us y'all rules, they giving us their rules and their way of living, and trying to just I believe it's blasphemy to me, because it's like, how you gonna just sit here and call us equal but not treat us equal?
Let me tell you something. That statement in that document, when it says all men, who is it talking about?
Precept, how we take it.
No. How did they take it?
They take it as everybody in the world. Chinese man, African man, us. No.
Hold on. Listen. Go ahead.
So, Salakia. So the Constitution, when it says everybody's created equal, that was talking about the Caucasians that were there, because blacks were considered 3/5 of a man at that time.
We were considered property. You understand?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? Guess what? That's why I asked you that. You know why I asked you that? Because just like you didn't know that, Christians, they know that we were brought here and we were slaves, right? But just like you didn't know that, Christians don't know the Old Testament. They don't know that it was laws that governed that document. I mean, this document here, you have to apply it the same way. Let me clean it up. When you're dealing with the Constitution, right, leading up to them writing that document, there's a history that was prior to that document. Y'all understand? It was history that led up to it. And the history that led up to it was we were 3/5 of a people, right? And they were the only real men. We were not even real men. So when they said it is self-evident that all men are created equal, they wasn't talking about us. They was talking about their own people. You understand? Because there was history that led up to that document. Y'all understand? So now, when we get to the New Testament, right? Right? We get to the New Testament that's in the Bible. Hold on. When we get to the New Testament, right? This is something that they don't apply. Just like when I asked you just now, I just asked you, well, was that talking about all men? You was putting your logic to it because of what you're living, but you didn't really understand that it was history. You're not applying the history that leads up to the document. Well, guess what? Christians don't apply the history that lead up to the New Testament, which is documents, which is letters. So they don't apply it. So when they say that God so loved the world, they thinking it's talking about everybody. When they say love thy enemy, they think they talking about everybody. They think they talking about everybody. Matter of fact, Salakia, I'm come from the hip. Y'all know I like to go from the hip. Give me Romans 9. Show you something. I'm gonna show you something. Let this young man right here read. Go to Romans chapter. Romans chapter 10 and verse 9. It's one of the ones that I usually pull, right? You've been to church before, right? Yeah. You ever heard of the sinner's prayer? All right. I need you to read Romans 10 and 9.
That if you shall confess with thy mouth the Lord Jesus, and shalt believe in thy heart that God had raised him dead, thou shalt be saved.
So he said, now I want you to listen. Now he says that if thou shalt confess with thy mouth, right, the Lord Jesus, and shall believe in thy heart that God had raised him from the dead, thou shalt be saved. Who is that? Is it? It's not a trick question. I'm just asking. Is that talking about everybody?
No.
How you know?
I know because he's talking about us at the end of the day.
How do you know? You got to prove that.
Because
look, he goes and says, I'm gonna read some more. He says, for with the heart man believeth unto righteousness, and with the mouth confession is made unto salvation. And then it says, for the scripture says, whosoever believe on him shall not be ashamed. So now is it talking about everybody? It says it right there, verse 10, for with the heart man believeth unto righteousness, right? In verse 11, it says, for the scripture said, whosoever. What does whosoever mean?
Is he talking about all of us?
Everybody in the world, right?
Right.
All right. That's what a Christian will do. You know what you should have said? I don't know the history that leads up to this document. That's what you need to be saying. You can't trust nothing unless, listen, in the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana, we teach that, listen, before we speak, we find out the history. We find out the facts that's dealing with this statement. Now I'm gonna show you something. If you got a letter, do you go in the middle of the letter or in the end of the letter to get context, or you go to the beginning of the letter to get context? You go to you see something. You see something? Give it to me what you see.
Well, I have a question for you.
Oh, go ahead.
Now it's not verse 9 is not really saying who is, even though we know who salvation is for, being saved is for, it's not really giving me. It's not really giving me a view of who he's speaking.
Who he talking to. So I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you go to the end of the letter, the middle of the letter, for context?
No, we go to the beginning.
Go to the beginning of that chapter right there. Let's go to the beginning of that chapter. I want you to read it.
Romans chapter 10, verse 1.
Read it.
Salvation comes through.
No. Romans chapter 10 and verse 1.
Brethren.
Because remember, you read Romans 10 and 9. Yeah, you there. That's it. Now you have you getting context. Context is everything. Give us context. Let's see what we're talking about.
Romans chapter 10, verse 1. Brethren, my heart's desire in prayer to God of Israel.
Read that again.
Brethren, Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel.
For who?
For Israel.
For who?
For us, for Israel.
For Israel. Go ahead, keep going.
Is that thy might be saved.
Who is they?
They might be.
Who is they?
Israel.
And then when he says, for I bear them, who is them?
The house of Israel.
Record that they,
the house of Israel,
have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. For they,
the house of Israel,
being ignorant of God's law, of God's righteousness, going about to establish their own,
the house of Israel,
righteousness, having not submitted themselves,
the house of Israel,
unto the righteousness of God. So Romans 10:9, that when you go to church, look, I know you've been to church and they had the altar call and they say, if everybody bow their heads, everybody close your eyes, bow your head. If anybody has backslid or if anybody wants to come to the Lord, come on down. This is the scripture that they read right here.
And it ain't talking about them.
It ain't even talking about them. It's talking about Israel. It's talking about the people that was on that slave ship. That's who it's talking about. It ain't talking about the oppressor's children. It's not talking about Chang Lu. It's talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native American people. Those people that are oppressed, the people that are lost, the people that they gave names to. We didn't give ourselves the names, they gave us the names. African American, those are two continents. You got America, which is America Vespucius, and then you got Africa, which is a whole continent. We're named, so what, we hybrids? What, we hybrids? You follow me?
All
right, so now let's get back to it now. Like I said, we don't look at the document. Christians don't think about the documents that lead up to the New Testament. And that's what you should be asking. When you be talking to Christians, you should ask them, well, explain what are you saying and why are you saying it? And can you give me any context about it? All right? Look, we're going to go to 2 Peter. Hold on, let me go up. We're going to go to 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 10. Let me show you something. I ain't going to hold y'all long. Let me get you up out of here. You got him? You got him? You got it?
Kind of walk out, sir.
Hold on, give him a chance. 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 10. Which in time past was not a people. Which in time past was not a people. And this would be an example. This would be an example. I'm going to try to go from, I'm going to pull a couple precepts. We're going to go to the Old Testament, to the New Testament, pull a couple precepts to get some facts going on here, right? You there?
Sir, 1 Peter, what was the chapter and the verse?
Chapter 2 and verse 10.
Sir.
All right, let's get it.
1 Peter chapter 2, verse 10.
Read.
But chiefly.
Salakia. 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 10.
I'm in second. Sorry, sir.
No sweat.
Someone else might got to get that.
You got it? Let's get it.
The book of 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 10. Which in time past were not a people.
Which in time past was not a people. Matter of fact, go up to verse 9.
The book of 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
So this is talking about a royal priesthood, a holy people, right? That was called out of darkness into his marvelous light, right? Brought over into this covenant. That's what he's talking about. And if you talk to a Christian, that's what they'll say. That's what they'll say. They'll say, oh, this is talking about people that believe in him. And that can be anybody. This is what they'll say, that was brought out of darkness and brought into the light. Because the Old Testament was only for the Israelites. And the New Testament is for everybody, right? That's what they'll say. Verse 10.
Verse 10. Which in time past were not a people.
Come on.
But are now the people of God, which had not obtained mercy.
Which had not obtained mercy. So without really reading the documents that lead up to the New Testament, right? They'll just take it upon themselves to say, which had not obtained mercy. Because they'll say, well, Israel obtained mercy, but now have. That's what they'll say. They'll say exactly that. Now, how would you prove that this is not talking about other nations? How would you prove that this is talking about Israelites? How could you prove that? Let me go to it. I want you to go to Isaiah chapter 7 and verse 8. Now remember, hold on. Salakia. Hold on. I was going to pull all those precepts, but I'm just going to pull the top ones. I'm just going to pull one precept from that page, right? So remember, it says, while you getting it, in 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 10, it says, which in time past was not a people, but are now the people of God, which had not obtained mercy, but now have, right? So it says, which in time past was not a people. You got that? Isaiah 7 and 8? Let's get it.
Isaiah chapter 7, verse 8. For the head of Syria is Damascus.
Damascus.
And the head of Damascus is Rezin.
Mm-hmm.
And within 65 years shall Ephraim be broken, that it be not a people.
So it will be broken, that it will be not a people. Well, remember, it says in 1 Peter 2 and 10, which in time past was not a people. And now it's saying that Ephraim will be broken and not a people. So who is it talking about in 2 Peter 2 and 10?
Israelites, I believe so.
It's talking about Israelites.
One of the 12 tribes.
One of the 12 tribes. It's saying Ephraim will be not a people. Now, you know what? I wasn't going to do, but let's go up and get a little context to see what was going on. Because like I said, the same thing that was going on back then is the same thing that was going on right now. Go up to Isaiah 7 and 1.
Sir.
Let's get it.
Isaiah 7 and 1. And it came to pass in the days of Ahaz, the son of Jotham, the son of Uzziah, king of Judah, that Rezin, the king of Syria, and Pekah, the son of Remaliah, king of Israel, went up toward Jerusalem to war against it. And
all right, now, what is this saying right there? What is this talking about? What is that talking about?
So in the days of Ahaz, I'm not sure what days that was, the son of Judah, so an
king of Judah, right?
So an Israelite, correct? That Rezin, the king, Rezin, I'm not sure what Rezin means, the king of Syria. I'm not sure what Rezin would mean. The son of king of Israel. They went to Jerusalem to war against Jerusalem, the people in Jerusalem at the time.
So what are you seeing right here?
I'm seeing Israelites going to Jerusalem to go to war.
To who? Against who?
The people in Jerusalem.
Which is the Israelites. This is Israel and Judah. Look, it says, and it came to pass in the day of Ahaz, the son of Jotham, the son of Uzziah, king of Judah. So Ahaz is the king of Judah. That risen, the king of Syria, and Pekah, the son of Remaliah, king of Israel. So Israel had went in with other nations
that weren't of Israel.
That wasn't of Israel to war against Judah. Went to go fight against their own people. Right? Go down to verse 5.
Sir. Isaiah chapter 7, verse 5. Because Syria, Ephraim, and the son of Remaliah have taken evil counsel against thee, saying,
This is what was said to Judah. Go ahead.
Let us go up against Judah and vex it, and let us make a breach therein for us, and set a king in the midst of it, even the son of Tabil. Thus saith the Lord God, it shall not stand, neither shall it come to pass. For the head of Syria is Damascus, and the head of Damascus is Rezin, and within 65 years shall Ephraim be broken.
Within 35 years, Ephraim shall be what?
Broken.
Go ahead.
And that it be not a people.
So it's saying that they will be broken off and be not a people. Go to Hosea chapter 1 in verse 6. So what do you see there? You see Israel. Go ahead.
Would that have anything to do with? Never mind.
What you see there is you seeing the same thing you see today. You're seeing, as they would say, black on black crime. That's what you're seeing. You're seeing Judah and Israel beefing. You see them beefing, right? So now, just to show you, and look, remember, it says Ephraim will be broken off and called not a people. And remember, we read in 2 Peter 2 and 10 that it was a people that had not obtained mercy. So now we're going to look at Hosea 1 and 6. We're going to do Hosea 1 and 6 and 7. Get that for me.
Sir. Hosea chapter 1, verse 6. And she conceived again and bare a daughter. And God said unto him, call her name Romahah. For I will no more have mercy upon the house of Israel.
So it said, I will no more have mercy upon the house of Israel. Hold that for a second. Give me 2 Peter 2 and 10. Hold that.
1 Peter 2 and 10 or 2?
Salakia, 1 Peter 2 and 10. The water. 1 Peter 2 and 10. Read it.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 2, verse 10. Which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of God, which had not obtained mercy.
Which have not what?
Obtained mercy.
Have not obtained mercy. Well, who would they not obtain mercy from? God. The Most High. So now when you read Hosea 1 and 6, it says, take it from after Luru Mahama.
For I will no more have mercy upon the house of Israel.
Go ahead.
But I will utterly take them away.
I will utterly take them away. So who is the one that did not obtain mercy and was broken off and called not a people?
Israel.
It's the house of Israel. Well, what about Judah?
He's part of the house of Israel.
Is that? Hold on. What you got?
Well, the Lord had mercy upon Judah.
That's very important. That's very important. That's so vital. That history right there is so important leading up to these documents, which is the New Testament.
Oh, that's in the 7th verse.
That's in the 7th verse. That's why we gotta make sure that we obtain this information before we give our answer. Go ahead, now read verse 7.
But I will have mercy upon the house of Judah.
So under the Old Testament, did Judah obtain mercy?
It says so.
They did. Go ahead.
So like I did have a question.
Go ahead.
Now, did Judah getting mercy have anything to do with that promise to David?
It's always everywhere you look, it's always about that promise that he made to David. Okay. And the promise that he made to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And David, of course. But the promise to Abraham is the most vital promise because that's what set the ball rolling. That's what got everything going. All right. And then you had Abraham, you had Isaac, you had Jacob. That's all one seed. Jacob had 12 sons. That's one seed. And like you said, because of that promise that he did make with David, he kept it going. But don't forget Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So he had mercy up on Judah, but he didn't have mercy up on Israel. How could he fix that? How would he fix it? Anybody? Go ahead.
With Christ.
With Christ, how?
With Christ being the mediator.
That's true. Of what? A mediator of what?
You want it in a biblical term, or
I wanted it in biblical terms. Damn right.
I gotta get the verbiage right then. Salaki.
All right. Go to Hebrews 9 and 15. Can you pull that for me, Mataziala? Now remember, he had mercy on Judah, but he didn't have mercy on Israel, which is Ephraim. That had another name for the northern kingdom is Ephraim, right? You got it? Let's get it.
Hebrews 9 and 15. And for this cause he is the mediator of the New Testament.
Of the what?
The New Testament.
So he's the mediator of the New Testament. Well, what is a mediator? A mediator is someone that plays a role between two parties that's not getting along. So God, the Most High, and Israel and Judah was not getting along. But he had mercy on Judah, but he didn't have mercy on Israel. Read that again.
Hebrews chapter 9, verse 15. And for this cause he is the mediator of the New Testament, that by means of death for the redemption of the transgressions that were under the first testament.
That was under the what?
The first testament.
Remember, that's what we was just reading was the first testament. We was just reading the Old Testament, which is the first testament, and he did not have mercy on Israel. Go ahead.
That they which are called might receive the promise of eternal inheritance. Inheritance.
That's right. Now I want you to go to Hebrews. Give me that up. Hebrews 8 and 8. Whenever a Christian get to talking about the New Testament, this is what you need to be pulling. If listen, the New Testament, who the New Testament is for is vital. And Hebrews 8 and 8 will give us that answer. All right, let's get it.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 8, verse 8.
Come on.
For finding fault with them, he saith, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and the house of Judah.
So now, remember, Israel didn't obtain mercy under the old covenant. So he had to make a new covenant. And Christ being the mediator of that, he made a new covenant. Go ahead.
that doesn't exclude the old covenant just because he made a new one, correct?
It absolutely does.
It excludes the old covenant.
It definitely does. Watch this. Go down to verse 13 real quick. Kahal.
Verse 13.
Listen.
And that he saith, a new covenant he hath made, the first old.
The first old. Go ahead. Any more on that?
Now that which decayeth and waxeth old is ready to vanish away.
Is ready to vanish away. He had to make a new covenant because remember, he didn't have mercy on Israel. He took them out of the way. He was done with them. They had become Gentiles. They had become Galatians. They had become Corinthians. They had become Romans. They had become other nations. So now they have become lost. It goes all the way back to where we started from. Christ came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Those that are lost. They have become Americans. They have become Dominicans. They have become Haitians. They have become all of these other nations. All right, go ahead. What you got?
So this has to do with, is this the verse that Christians go to when they say, oh, God made a new covenant?
Yeah, but they never read it.
Because it's only for the house of Israel.
This is the reason why they don't read it. Take it from the top, Hebrews 8:8. This is why they don't read
it. This is what they go to.
This is what they talking about.
He made a new covenant.
Right.
And the old doesn't matter.
Right. But see, what they say,
still for the house of Israel.
It's still for the house of Israel only. Go ahead.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 8, verse 8.
Here it comes. So you can hear who the covenant is for. Go ahead.
For finding fault with them, he saith, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and the house of Judah.
So now it's with both of them. Remember, he said he only had mercy on Judah and he didn't have mercy on Israel. He couldn't come with a new covenant and say, now I make a new covenant with the house of Israel, because then he would leave out Judah. So he says, I will make a new covenant with who?
The house of Israel and the house of Judah.
Come on.
Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers.
Come on.
In the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt.
Come on.
Because they continued not in my covenant. And I regarded them not, saith the Lord.
Come on.
For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel.
This is the new covenant. Now he's talking about all Israel. He said, this is the new covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. Go ahead.
After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my laws into their minds.
I will put my laws into their minds. That's why we're teaching. That's why we're teaching, love your brother.
Right.
Love your enemy. Not talking about the one that is hanging you. We're not talking about the colonizers. We're talking about what we read in Leviticus 19. The people of thy people. Love those people. Forgive those people. Go ahead.
And write them in their hearts. And I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people.
And they shall be to me a people. All right. That's what the new covenant is about. That's what brotherhood is about. Brotherhood is about loving one another, forgiving one another. It's not talking about the oppressor. It's talking about put your brother ahead of everybody and treat him like yourself. You wouldn't want to be killed. You wouldn't want to be unalive. You would want someone to forgive you and not unalive you. Well, that's how you got to think. That's how you got to think. You understand? Any questions?
No, sir.
You sure?
No, sir. Yeah,
Any?
No questions.
Any questions in the room in the back?
Any questions, bro?
All right. No questions? All right. We're going to pass the class over to priest and officer Mataziala.
All right, wrap it up.
ISUPK security announcements. Rooms for new brothers and sisters.
When new brother or sister comes to the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, teachers will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they receive counsel from the heads. Tied with this commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in Hebrew, Ma'ashra. That's 10% of every penny of any increase will get. Priest funds. Free will offer for the priest is not mandatory. It's whatever month you like to donate. Upcoming holy convocations. We have the Feast of Purim coming up February 22nd and 23rd. All right. That's February 22nd. That's a Thursday. And Friday, February 23rd. And also, prepare for Passover, of course, April 20th. And Durham, North Carolina. Prepare for your travel arrangements, your room, board, whatever you got to do. And also make sure that your house, your living quarters, wherever you stay at here, when you come back from the Passover, make sure that it's clear of all leaven agents. Anything that has leaven in it, because when we come back, we will be in the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which is for 7 days. All right? With that being said, anyone wants to be a trooper in school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that being said, Minister Israel Elijah, please stand. Minister Israel, Elijah Shabbat, Elijah, Barak, Yahweh, Let them know what you said. What I said was, Most High God is Yahweh. His name is Yahweh. In the name of whom the world ended because Jesus Christ, that's Yahweh Shad. Bless you. All right. Guys on top, hands down. Saw, which means to turn, face the sister. You want to give the sisters a courtesy salute. Sisters are Micah, which means to stand. Stand up. There you go. Minute Israel, Amaitim Shabbat, Amaitim, Barak. Yahweh Shemar Al Thumb Ba'Shem Yahushua. And what we said to the sisters was Yahweh, which is the Most High God's name in Hebrew, watch over you in the name of Yahweh Shah. All right. Guys on top, class dismissed.
Get down here to class, 1232 North King Street, Wilmington, Delaware.
Shalom, Lord in Christ, to my brothers and sisters, man. Y'all need to come down to 1232 North King Street, where the truth resides, man. Isupk, Delaware. We definitely representing doing some big things.
202 North DuPont Boulevard in Smyrna, Delaware.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Come and be a part of this rising thing that we got going on here in Delaware.
I hear everybody claiming that they love the Lord and love God and all that. Well, get in here and show it. You know what I mean? The scriptures say faith without works is dead. So if you ain't doing nothing, your faith is dead. So get up and do something. What you need to do is get your ass up and get in the class. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't doing nothing else. You're sitting home wasting time. Everything is going on around you, and you don't know how to compartmentalize these things. You understand? I'm on my way to class right now, like you should be. You know what I'm saying? Class don't stop for nothing.